What a fantastic movie, do you know what I mean? And like, I didn't look at any trailers or any reviews, so to see like, the movie was incredible. Everyone that acted in the movie, incredible. The messaging, all the rest, they did a fantastic job. And you know, I was sat with next to my wife and my goddaughter, and like it moved them lot differently and it moved me differently, so it's a blessing to see. Along the journey across the past couple of years, I've been in conversation with a lot of different people, leaders from a lot of different places, some within the film industry from a global lens to a UK lens. So this is, I guess, something of this nature is a long time coming. Change is inevitable, but progress is optional. And I never said it like that before, but it's interesting because 100% things have changed, but I don't think things have progressed. So at this point, when I look back at 2 years, and I say, okay, why would I do something at View? So for one, the leadership of View got involved. So the guy that runs View for UK, Europe and the country actively endorsed it and got behind it, which was important to me in choosing the cinema chain to do this with, because the legacy is beyond this moment. It's about leadership actually also being involved, being in the room and pushing that change. And so I asked the leadership of View, and I asked the leadership of other film institutions and many more, as one example of what I feel needs to change or where progression could go. How are you using your superpower? So this was very important to me, because I could have easily gone to View or gone to any chain and said, look, how do we get like the cream of the crop black people, or whatever you want to call it, to come together? And there's a space for that, and you know, big up everyone that does what they're doing. But my thing was, how do we get the people? So I didn't hand select everyone that come in this room. I put it to the people and said boom, and then I put it to the BBN network, because on the one hand it's important to have the people here, but it's also important to have the allies and the collaborators and those in leadership who are also in a room, black, white, whatever colour, to really come hand in hand to work with us to create that systemic change. You know, we can take pictures all day long and we can do stuff like this all day long, or we can gather and we can congregate, we can make announcements and we can say, you know, we're going to give black people X, or we're going to put, you know, whatever it is we want to do. But in Letter to Zion, I talk about the vision and the world I want to see. My son, our sons, our daughters, our kids should not be having this conversation when they're our age and beyond. The tickets went in like 30 minutes for this, then 1,000 people viewed it within that 30 minutes, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, and people say big old me, little old me, yeah, boom, if Odeon, View, Cineworld, Disney all got behind this and said, you know, we're gonna mobilize not just the TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, whatever, we're gonna mobilize all of the leaders that are gonna come out again and say Wakanda forever, and the black community, and did one more black carpet where we got everyone into one room and switched up the whole cinema experience, where it wasn't just let's watch Wakanda forever and go home. I said, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna leave all the trauma that follows us outside this room. I almost felt like not even doing this, like we're gonna leave it and we're gonna come in here, we're gonna get gas, we're gonna get, you know, moved, and we're gonna go out to the same reality. How do we get organizations in the film industry, within other industries, to use their superpower to mobilize and spearhead a greater level of change? And what is the vehicle on the ground that's set up to help coordinate that change, not just for the moment, not just for the likes on Instagram, not just for the announcements and the PR statements. My hope is that we've mobilized a room that's, you know, connected enough and present enough to understand your individual power. For us to truly love each other and fall in love with each other, we must also grow an understanding of one another. We fall in love when we understand. My people perish for lack of knowledge, and knowledge helps to fuel the understanding. Getting to know one another, we perishing. Because when you talk about the council that Wakanda is able to bring together, we're not brought together because of what the white person, the white man says is success to us, and what we've been led to believe through the textbooks is success to us. Because when I grew up and I looked at a businessman in the book, when they gave me at school, he didn't look like man. He was a white guy, chiseled jaw, all the rest. That's what he looked like. You know, all that type of stuff, super. So for me, like, if I could look back, and I wouldn't even assume someone that looks like me could do something even like this in View in Leicester Square. or have the money to do it. So I'd had to uncondition myself. But the power in who we are and the power in our ability to steer and direct the council should not be governed by what we wear on our wrist. Should not be governed by how many people, follow us on Instagram. That's not for me, like, wicked and big up, but really, who are you? And so the value is in all of us. And so when you talk about how we bring that council together, and what do I feel about it? BBN wants to do something like that. How does the BBN serve to do that? One of the ways we would love to do is to continue to do moments like this. You see me out before the screening, I'll go around and say what's up to as many people as I can say what's up to. Now I want to talk to people, not because I put on the things, but because I'm a human being too. And I want to understand who's in the room. I want to understand my people. When I sat down with 219 of the Portrait of Black Britain, I sat down with thousands of black people in my lifetime, particularly for the work I do. I support bare people behind the scenes, particularly for the work I do, get to understand them, go to their houses, go to their homes. People don't see this stuff. When I do that, I fall in love. I say I love my people because I know my people. I burnt my knee pads many years ago. I'm no longer begging. Because when I say, like, I don't make pee from this, I put money into this event. That's why my name up there. We're doing a conference on the 29th and the 30th. I put money down, my own personal money. We took people to Cannes. I put money down, not because I'm rich. I'll be the guy that gives a lot of money, but I don't necessarily have the most. But what you do with £1 is what you do with 1 million. And so people wait, particularly from the black people I've grown up knowing, to get to 1 million before they give. You give now. You build that attitude now. You see it now. That's where I'm at with the conversation.